From Austin doesn't have a professional team. So, like, we have really no allegiance to any one major team. I mean, aside from the Longhorns.
A team called the Redskins.
Yeah,
Washington Redskins.
That's racist as hell.
Your club that you root for screams Yid Army at your
Yeah,
your
but they're
games.
not called the Tottenham Hot Jews, are they?
They're called the Yid Army.
No, that's like the nickname. If you're a fan, from,
it's the nickname.
It's not racist, Gus. It's a nickname.
Yeah, it's just a nickname.
That's fine.
well, it's like
throughout
calling
history-
Arsenal the Gunners. They're not called the Gunners.
They're called. What are you?
They're called Arsenal.
Oh, you're saying it's an unofficial name?
No,
so it's
you
not
actually
racist.
said that they're called the Redskins.
So it's not racist because it's unofficial. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, and also
So, like the Florida State Seminoles. Like, is that racist?
But Redskins in particular.
Redskins
Seminole.
Yeah, Seminoles. That's a tribe.
Yeah, it's still,
like fluid.
No.
It's like, it's like, whoa, man.
Wow, figure that one out.
Florida State Seminoles.
Seminoles, not Seminole.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not noticing the slight difference there.
Anyway.
Seminoles is a tribe of the Native American Redskins.
Anyway, watching a college team other than Longhorns,
Do you know who this is? The newest city council position?
No.
We have a chief innovator.
Oh,
they make like
right.
$120,000 a year.
She
don't they?
innovates. You know where she works? She works in the innovation space.
Is that a joke?
Nope, it's a real thing.
We pay a
We
lot
have
of
an
money for
innovation
her.
space?
And it's where she works apparently.
It's her desk. No,
Is it like,
wears
is
a
she like
bubble.
the lamest superhero ever, and that's like the name of her hideout?
The innovator.
To the innovation space.
In her defense, her resume was pretty fucking awesome when they hired her.
What did she do?
But nobody can really
She
explain
innovates, Gus. She's an innovator.
She got hired, from what I understand, she got hired in December, I think.
She got hired to do a buzzword. Her job is a buzzword.
Her job's a buzzword, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm a synergist. Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Can I be a synergist? I want to be a synergist when I grow up.
Yeah, that sounds
130K a year, 130,000. What is that in real money, Gavin?
Probably like 80, 90 grand, is it?
Yeah, in pounds.
Probably like 80.
I'm trying to find out.
So more Super Bowl.
She's
commercials.
She's going to work to establish innovation methodologies such as open innovation.
What?
Yeah.
Shit, they're just using the word innovation over and over.
That's what her job
She's
is.
going to innovate through innovations in the innovative space. Money.
It's not like saying she's a firefighter. Oh, she fights fires. Got it. I understand what she does.
It's like the first press conference that she ever held. The press talked to her. They go, "What, chief innovator? What are you gonna do?" She goes, "I'm gonna innovate." And they go, "What are you gonna innovate?" Well, I made this job up. I would just drop the mic and I would walk out.
Kick over the podium and leave.
And then, everyone's like, "Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
No, that's really good."
Give her a paycheck.
There she is. It's
Oh,
our
man.
chief. Like, bottled water didn't exist when I was a kid. I mean, it existed.
Right, but it wasn't like a common thing.
Right. And I guess people just think that we've always had bottled water and that bottled water was the thing you just bought all the time.
I think when I was younger, I can remember Evian. And it
Evian was the one.
It was like super expensive. It was like
And Perrier.
yes, and it was like a high price commodity item. Like
niche
if
product.
you were really rich, you would buy the water in the bottle.
Right.
So why
because
would
it
you?
cost like a crazy amount of money. But then everyone just started selling
And you
it.
remember the movie Reality Bites, which was like the Generation X
Yeah.
Touchstone movie? They had a whole scene where they made fun of people who drink bottled water. They made fun of Evian is naive spelled backwards.
So how do you drink water just out of the tap?
How did you drink? Guys, how did you drink?
We went
water?
to the river, or we went to the well, and
Your
we
pork
made sure
chopping
there were no
bucket.
dead bodies in it, and
Everyone
then we pulled
carried a
water up
sponge.
and drank.
So you did drink.
We
out
had
of
to wait till it rained, and then everyone just walked with their mouth open to catch as much water as they could, hoping that it rained again at some
And
point.
then we invented umbrellas, and we had a problem because everyone kept dying of dehydration. So then we invented bottled water to make up for that.
Have you figured out how we drank water yet for real?
He really didn't know
So
what
you
our solution was for drinking water because we
do you
didn't
do,
have bottled water.
Drink it out of a hose? What do you do? You drank out of the tap.
Of course, you drank it out of the
Yeah,
tap.
but what I'm saying is, before all of that nonsense, tap water in this country is gross, dude.
No, I've had some pretty shitty tap water, and I see these horrible videos now with fracking, where they use hydraulic water to like mine out natural gas, and then people are lighting their taps on fire. Their water is flammable, coming out of their taps.
The air in the water is fine.
Right, the air in the water is flammable.
You don't drink the air though.
You don't drink the air.
Like
Okay.
when you turn on the tap, the air will come out.
If
and
there are bubbles in your
disperse.
glass of water, you will drink that too.
How often do you drink bubbles? They pop immediately. If you've got bubbles sitting in your water, you've got some weird water.
You never
They
put
might
it-
not rise.
You've
They
never
could be
put-
bubbles
Yeah.
that sink.
But you've never. That would be freaky as shit.
Well, it's not-
You've never poured a glass of water and had bubbles in the glass at all?
Just chug it down. You still have bubbles in there when you're swallowing.
Yeah, you pour water and then it's bubbles, pop, 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 pop. Smooth.
Like, have you ever poured a Guinness into a glass?
Guinness is different.
I'm just saying, it's bubbles in a liquid. They go down sometimes.
What are you talking about? You're on a totally different topic now.
I'm talking about bubbles in a
bubbles
liquid
that go
could
down.
go down.
No,
Yeah,
I'm with him.
but
it's
I'm
a different
saying,
density.
I
I've
drink out of a
never
glass.
poured
I
a
can-
glass of water and bubbles go down.
No,
It's
he's saying
never
a different
happened.
kind of liquid. He's not saying
It's not
water.
necessarily air. Air would rise in water, but if it's like, say, nitrogen, it might drop and go
And if
down.
that happened, I would freak out. I
See
would-
what a
And I'm
bubble's
saying
going
is
like.
if you pour a Guinness into a glass, the bubbles go down.
Why are you drinking Guinness when we're drinking water?
I'm just using a fucking example to prove why bubbles can go down.
But nobody's fracking with Guinness.
Hey, nobody-
Maybe they should be. Gus is
Gus,
walking.
what happened
Gus
to-
is leaving the
what
set.
happened
Gus is away. He's
What
walked
happens if
away
we
from
drink
his
a glass
chair.
of blood?
Gus is gonna go get a Guinness and just break it over Gavin's
Hey,
face.
Gus, when you're drinking your own urine, which way do the bubbles go? Why would you use an
Wow.
example that has nothing to do with what we're talking about?
That was incredible. I don't know if I've ever.
Gus just pulled eject.
That was
His
awesome.
argument fell apart right in front of him.
How many podcasts have you ever walked away from your
Oh,
mic?
God, I got hiccups. Oh, that was
It's
so
probably,
funny.
probably all the air you swallowed while you were drinking water.
It must be all like Guinness you're
They've sunk
inhaling.
to the bottom of my lungs, all the bubbles.
I would be hard pressed to find a bubble that sinks in water. I just don't know what those are.
Probably a bubble from a component used in fracking, maybe.
Water's pretty fucking dense. Water's by far the craziest substance on the planet. Even though it's so plentiful and we deal with it all the time, it's fucking it itself as a compound. is
Magnesium.
nuts.
Pretty crazy.
But water doesn't act like anything else. Like the adhesive properties of water.
Also, the fact that it floats in itself
When it's a solid.
a solid. Yeah, that's a really unique property that is thought to be one of the things that help contribute to the formation of life on Earth.
What about
Well,
lava?
everything would die if not. 'Cause
Right.
then we'd have ice. It would sink.
What
to the
about
bottom.
lava? Is that really what you just said? We're talking about fucking water, dude.
Yeah, but does rocks float on lava?
What about Guinness?
No, he said, does rocks float on
What about the
lava?
Great
Does
Guinness
rocks
Springs of Ireland?
lava.
Does wow, make that. Where's that shirt? Jesus Christ.
Does rocks float on lava?
People like grapes. Does rocks float on lava? John, where are you? Start working on that.
Does rock.
I'm gonna throw up.
Hey, hand me the opener.
My heart hurts from all the...
My heart hurts. Gavin's gonna die.
I want to.
You broke Gus.
I gotta drink now. Drag me to
Okay.
drink.
Yeah, that was bad. No, wouldn't lava melt rocks? Because lava's molten rock, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
well, the top surface is always being cooled by the air.
Right, but a rock would sink and then melt.
No, I think it floats. The top hardens, but the underside is
no
liquid.
As far as I
There is
know,
no top. It's all liquid. yeah.
the only compound that is more dense as a liquid than it is as a solid is water. That's the
I
only
believe
one I
that.
know that's like that.
I believe.
I mean,
he is correct.
there's liquids that are really dense that are denser than some solids, but we're talking about, and rock is like a mixture of a lot of stuff, but it's like the thing itself, when it's in its liquid form, is more dense than its solid form. That's a very, very rare thing.
So I have liquid nitrogen
Go
and
ahead.
a lump of nitrogen. The lump would sink.
The lump would sink. Okay. If you have a molten steel and a ball of steel, the steel, it's just you accept that's going to sink, right? In molten steel.
It's like Terminator 2. He goes right in.
Have you ever seen those experiments where they put is it like cornstarch or something in water?
Yeah.
And then like the surface tension, if you hit it hard enough, it'll become solid, so you can run across the water back and forth.
Yeah.
And then
It's
if
the
you
same,
stop, you just slowly sink
You
down.
can pour it as a liquid onto a speaker that's playing.
Yeah. Oh,
music,
that's right.
and
Yeah,
it'll
you
just
did the
bounce
slow-mo
around.
guys for that,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
filmed that slow-mo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not for slow-mo guys, but I have filmed that before.
Oh, okay.
It was in a Chemical Brothers
It is
music
a
video.
non-Newtonian fluid.
Okay.
Look at you.
You could also make it.
he doesn't even have it on his laptop.
I
He
don't.
just pulled that out of
Bullets.
his head.
I have a
think it
type
can,
picture of hot chick.
It can
That's what I'm
stop
looking at.
bullets too, can't it?
What's that?
It stop bullets as well.
Yes, they use it in ballistic vests. So it's like it'll stay like fluid, essentially flexible. But then when something strikes it, I don't know how it works.
What was
exactly,
that material that they had? There was like 2 or 3 years ago where someone like dropped an egg from a stadium and it hit like a little thing about an inch thick
Oh, that was Guinness.
and stopped. And like it stopped, but the egg didn't break. It was something like that where it was like this.
That sounds like bullshit.
I'm sure it was.
A
but,
stadium, somebody got on top of a stadium, dropped an egg, and it didn't break.
well, it's like like a high school football stadium, like a good maybe
It's
50
still a
foot drop.
Stadium. What the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
but I'm not.
It's not
we're
a
not
pro
talking-
state.
No,
I'm with Jack.
Guys, you and me today.
Yeah,
We're on.
fucking, I know what he's talking
Thanks,
about.
man.
So what's the thing that he's talking about?
I don't know, but I understand to make a difference between a
no.
fucking high school stadium and a pro stadium.
All right, fair play.
In what situation would you want to abandon a trademark?
I don't know either. I don't know unless you're getting sued for having it.
Unless someone commits genocide and happens to be the same name as your company or something.
Yeah, Hitler Cola.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
All right, guys, I'm going to drop it. Get the
get
fuck away
this
from
one
me.
off the record.
Isn't that what Fanta is?
Hitler Cola?
Like Nazi Coke or something.
What?
No, I think
that's a horrible tagline.
no. Who's the
It's like Nazi Coke.
who's the famous fashion designer though? Who every now and then they're like somebody rediscovers the fact that he designed all the SS uniforms. Hugo Boss. Like every few years, someone's like, "Hey, Hugo Boss, this famous fashion designer, designed all the Nazi uniforms."
Did he really?
Yeah. See, somebody's discovering it right now.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Hugo
Hey,
Bo-
Gus, yeah.
Yeah, it's high fashion. Jack and I are strangely in sync tonight. I'm a little uncomfortable
It's
with
a little
that.
strange. A little bit awkward.
Yeah, Hugo Boss SS uniforms.
Look up Fanta and Nazis.
I think the last person who just said that Fanta and Nazis.
You think someone's sitting at Google, like, just watching trends? Like, why suddenly is Fanta and Nazis linked? What the? Like,
Gavin, I'm going to disappoint you a little bit because Snopes is the first article that comes out.
there you go.
Fanta and the Nazis. The Reich stuff? The history stuff? I've heard a number of times that Fanta was created by Coca-Cola in order to enable the company to sell soft drink to the Nazis
Nazis.
during
Nazis.
World
What,
War
Cotton
II
Hill?
Nazi
without having to
scalps.
worry about anyone seeing Hitler or Goebbels with a Coke and a smile.
He was driving drunk. I feel like he should
Yeah.
suffer.
Driving drunk and
He
like,
should suffer
hit-
repercussions for that. But all the other music bullshit, I don't care about.
But it's
that.
one of those things like, see,
Whatever.
like I look at, like my wife is from Australia. If she got pulled over for, driving 140 miles an hour while drunk, her ass would be out of the country immediately.
First, you'd get a big fucking high five from me. But yeah, that'd be badass.
In
Katie got
his
pulled out of
defense,
a car
I
to
believe
140. That'd
he
be
blew,
awesome.
He blew under a .08, but he is under 21.
Yeah.
So he blew above the limit for someone
zero.
under 21 to blow.
Well, 0 is the limit for
I think
someone.
I think
Oh,
it's
shut the fuck up, everybody! Like I would every weekend when I was between 18 and 21, I would have blown a .08. I mean, everybody drinks underage.
That doesn't make it legal. I mean, no, that's not true. I didn't start drinking until I turned 21. My first sip of beer was after I turned 21.
Really?
I'm
What
dead
were you
serious
doing?
on that. I
were you
wasn't into
playing
that.
at?
That wasn't my thing.
He was this young man dreaming of a beard,
Yeah, so I mean,
formulating his plans.
putting the chia pet
You
stuff. the
never
seeds on his
drank
skin.
a drop before you were 21.
yep.
Which
That's
obviously,
mental.
kids, obviously, you should follow Jack's example. And
No,
not mine,
I'm dead
but-
serious. Yeah,
Really?
I never got into it. I was just saying, all right, like
Yeah.
just not into drinking.
Wow.
For me, I grew up on the border, so it's like
You just-
you couldn't drink in the U.S., but you literally just walked 100 feet and you could drink
The
there.
weird
Yeah.
cloudy water was alcohol.
Yeah, drinking water was terrible. You had to drink beer, otherwise you died.
I went over there with you. We ate at some of your old haunts and drank
One
there.
of those places doesn't exist anymore. I took you to the restaurant where the nacho was invented. Remember?
Yeah, you did.
That restaurant is closed.
Yeah, that fucking nacho
The
never took
nacho was
off.
The
invented.
nacho was invented in the town across the border from where I
Now,
grew up.
how many places
Wow.
in Mexico do you think claimed they invented the nacho?
Yeah.
This place is credited,
What's
according
the
to
name of it?
Nachos International, as having been the place to have invented the nacho.
Nachos International.
Did you know
Do they have a lead
nacho
innovator at Nachos International?
is a nacho is one of the only foods where the solid form will float on the liquid form of the nacho. It's true. It's just like water. And
Don't
it's
give him that.
It's
No, don't give him that one. If I'm getting shit for Guinness, you're not getting a laugh out of that lame ass joke.
I had a weird thought the other day.
Really?
The other day,
Does rock float on lava?
That wasn't my thought.
does rocks.
You know how there's like Guinness World Records for a bunch of dumb crap?
How
I'll
does it
leave
you
it
have
alone.
Google Glass and you haven't turned into a total fucking smug prick yet?
'Cause
I'm
you never
impressed
wear
by
'em.
you.
No, I've got them at the house now. They actually. So I was talking last week about the glasses. They haven't made the glasses frame for it yet. That night they released them like right after the podcast.
That was
They-
really funny. I came into
Yeah.
work the next morning and it was like the headline everywhere on every site.
So now I've got so the frames it's $275 for the frames.
Didn't you already spend like $2,000 on it?
1,500, yeah. So it's bleeding edge technology. It's cool as shit,
Tape a
man.
GoPro to your glasses. It's way
Yeah,
better.
that's much less. All right.
Boing.
Or just wear a helmet and fucking put the mount on it.
How badass would that be? Get a fucking Oculus Rift and a GoPro up here, and then just have like a big wide-angle view of your own field of vision.
There was a guy who did that. He's like Cyberman or something is what he's called. But he has
Yeah.
no,
I'm guessing that's the name he
He's like,
gave
guys,
himself.
don't call me huge nerd. Call me Cyberman.
no, there was a documentary. There's a documentary called Cyberman. That's where I'm
Waste of
getting
money,
that from.
man. Doesn't sound nearly as
that was the
good
idea, is like
as
he-
Cyberman.
It was something like he was streaming his vision to a website or something like that. You can actually go, I'm dead serious on this. I saw it at South by ages
the
ago.
M. Night Shyamalan twist? He's blind.
No, there is someone. There is someone who has a
I'm about to get up
camera.
and walk off this fucking podcast.
I I guess
I'm gonna look that shit up.
Cyberman from the Explorers
I'm gonna
program
look that
sounds a
shit
lot
up.
better than Nerd Boy from Virgin Lands.
My heart hurts again.
We're killing Gus. Let me see if I can find this thing.
But can I ask you a question, Gus? You always read articles about a dude with Google Glass getting kicked out of like movies.
You don't always. You
or
read
stuff like that.
one.
It happens all the time.
doesn't happen all the time. It happened once.
I read about it every fucking time it happens.
You're
I would
starting to like
imagine that when a person who has Google Glass gets kicked out of somewhere, it's the best day of their life. Like
Absolutely.
they can't wait to fucking go
Absolutely.
home and blog about how they got kicked out for wearing Google Glass.
Well, sure, they wouldn't have to go home.
The
They can-
movie's called Cyberman. It's a documentary film about Steve Mann. Like, literally,
His
it's
last
a
name's
guy.
Man, Steve
It's
Man.
a guy who wears like glasses. Yeah,
He looks blind.
It's a-
I'm dead serious.
It's a
does.
guy who
What are they
wears
called?
like glasses.
He's got a seeing eye abo.
He's a inventor of.
No one's gonna get that joke. There's no-
He's the inventor of the eye tap.
He gets led around by a Roomba.
So, anyway, it's a fascinating documentary.
Wait, what's
Came
it
out in
about?
2001.
A blind bloke with computer vision. What is it? He streams a camera.
Gavin is the human paraphrase.
Gavin is
Like,
He's a superhero who fights computer viruses.
Gavin just accidentally made up an 80s primetime show. Right there on the
I
fly.
don't know where you can watch it, but if you can find it, you should look at it.
Oh my God.
Cyberman.
So anyway,